NBA opening night is less than a week away, and next Tuesday at 8 Eastern on TNT, the Miami Heat will get their championship rings before running with Derrick Rose and the Bulls. And at 10:30, it's the Clippers and Lakers as Doc Rivers makes his debut as Clippers head coach. So many storylines on opening night, but Rose's return is probably the biggest. So, Bones, what do you expect from the former MVP against the champs?
I think he's going to be phenomenal. I mean, not only have we been waiting this long to see Derrick Rose back on the floor, this is where this kid lives. He lives under the lights. He lives to play this game. And for him to see that banner go up on the opposing side of things, as that rises, Derrick Rose will be on the floor and he'll be coming at them full force. It's going to be awesome.
Now, we have seen returning champions get crushed on ring night before. Any chance of that happening to LeBron and the Heat?
You know what? It is a tough night. I can thankfully say I've been there a couple of times. There's so many other things going on. It's tough to focus, and it really sometimes depends on your opponent. But more often than not, the league has a phenomenal way of scheduling a marquee matchup in that first game. So, yeah, there's a distinct possibility that the Chicago Bulls go in there. And, yeah, is it early to send a message? Maybe it's never too early to send a message to the two-time defending champions for Chicago.
It's one of the best rivalries in the NBA. We can't wait. Now, TNT's Nightcap features the battle for Los Angeles. And since moving from Buffalo to San Diego in 1978, the Clippers have not beaten the Lakers in 4 opening night matchups. Bones, what are the keys to your first NBA team breaking that streak?
Well, thankfully, time has passed, and that team has gotten a lot better. But this man right here, I love the scuttlebutt already about the Clippers covering up the banners in Staples Center when it's their home game. Look, last year, there was the feeling in Los Angeles that the Clippers took over the town. They're still better than them this year. The Clippers are better than the Lakers, so they got to go out and prove it. All the things they've been working on in training camp. I think you're going to see a real laser focus with that Clipper team in the first game. Very serious, very businesslike, trying to go right through the Lakers and start the season off the right way.
Now, the Lakers are not expected to have Kobe Bryant on opening night as he continues to rehab his Achilles. How do the Lakers move on without him?
Well, it's just going to be interesting to see how Coach D'Antoni runs the system. They're saying right now that they want to slow things down. They want to play more quality possessions, and that's never something associated with the Mike D'Antoni offensive system. Pau Gasol and Steve Nash are going to be huge, and I think Steve Nash has been talking a lot about the chemistry of the team, just staying positive, trying to hang in there. Maybe those vets can get them some wins in the early part of the season, but with Derrick Rose's return, obviously Kobe Bryant's return at some point this season is the second biggest return of the season.
It's a big unknown right now with Kobe returning. When is he coming back? So this is a tough question to answer, but that's why you get paid the big bucks. Are we talking about a playoff team, the purple and gold?
It's going to be really close. I mean, last year was dicey for the Lakers, and they had Dwight Howard in the middle, protecting the rim, trying to figure out what they were doing. This year, they don't have that presence back there, and they're waiting on Kobe not only to get back, and we saw this with Dirk last year. It took Dirk another month to really feel like he had his legs underneath him. Kobe's going to go through the same sort of thing because you'll never be able to simulate NBA type of competition, being in that kind of condition for a full 48 minutes. So it would take another month, and I'm not sure. No other team is going to be waiting around for the Lakers to try to get into that playoff race. So it could be another one of those situations, Rick, where we're talking the last 2 weeks of the season to find out if the purple and gold are going to play in the postseason.